Three, two, one.
Hey, what's up guys? QNDP here, and I'm interviewing Christian from Novice. Novice is a local Arizona brand who's got some exposure since their start in September. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So, what is your favorite design so far and why?
Personally, I would say that my favorite design that I've made is the 1-800 Bastard one that was ran in the launch party. But the one that's definitely gotten the most attention that actually kind of gave me a head start was the family business one that it was the first t-shirt that I released. So I would say that one it's probably my favorite one that I've made. That's kind of the best response. But it was the most fun making the Bastard one that was ran.
Nice. So, what role do you play in Novice?
So currently, I design everything. I try to market everything, and actually I also do model it. And me, along with my girlfriend or my sisters, whoever wants to help. Everything's pretty homegrown. I don't really branching out to too many people, so I try to do as much as I can possible by myself in the brand.
You do a lot. What/who inspires your clothing design?
So ever since I was around 13 or 14, I would listen to this rap group called Suicide Boys
Yeah.
back in the day, and they're super popular back then. But they were always were brands like FTP and Foul Play. So I started wearing those brands and those designs, the way they kind of just go against I'll say normal beliefs and how stuff should be, I guess, politically correct. So I got inspired because I'm not really a politically correct person when it comes to liking normal things. I like to go out of the box. So basically any brand that likes testing the limits and is almost loud, but in a very quiet way. Kind of has a big message with small things Dirtbag comes to mind. I'll say Cold Gloria comes to mind. Just any brand that kind of goes against that.
What is the process of you coming up with a design?
So in my opinion, I feel if you try to force yourself to make a design, you're it's gonna come out a way that you don't really like it, because forced art probably isn't the best way to go about it. So the way that I find inspiration is I literally just go out to the public and just it just comes randomly. I'll be walking around Mill Avenue or whatever, and I'll kind of see a kind of cool poster, and I'll kind of not bite off it, but I'll definitely get inspiration from it. If it's definitely if it has a message to it. I also get inspiration from the other brands I mentioned, Foul Play and stuff like that. Definitely themes I've also been going on, kind of right now, a big theme is kind of going against I'll say anti-racial party, or kind of racial parties, so kind of the KKK and swastikas. I'll say that's a big theme right now. So I'm kind of following along that path. So yeah, definitely anything. I just do not try to force anything, because it always comes out pretty bad.
What have you been working on so far this year?
So right now, I'm ever since 2018 started, I've been trying to learn a lot more and just trying to better my skills in Photoshop, Illustrator, anything and I've also been trying to dabble in embroidering clothes and actually how to make clothes, so I can broaden Novice in a way where I can appeal to more of an audience, but still keep my kind of voice and theme. So right now I'm trying to take a month or two right now to kind of just learn a lot and just get better, so when the year gets more of a progress, I can be ready for it. But right now I do have a collaboration coming out with this brand called Very Near Death that's also in Phoenix, and that comes out January 26th. So basically, yeah.
What is the best part about running your own clothing brand?
Definitely I wouldn't say being the boss, but definitely having all the creative control that I can have, because I don't really have to argue with anybody about kind of I don't have to argue about designs and stuff that gets released. I can release what I want when I want. I can collaborate with who I want. Just having all the control. When it comes to art, I'm a very controlling person, because I have a certain message and voice I want to get out, and I don't like anybody really getting in the way of that.
How did Novice start?
So it started in high school as an idea. I kind of Novice kind of had like a mini start like in junior year of high school, so about like 2 years ago, where like me and my friend Addison Miller, I don't know where he's at right now, but I'll say yes. 2 years ago, me and him like would just draw a bunch of like random stuff and just like print it out and like just like hand paint clothing and like just sell it like at school or like just to friends who wanted to buy it. It was very small. It was only like me and like him that basically wore it. Like we only sold like 4 or 5 things, but I just got the idea of making clothes just from seeing like the people that like I was inspired by, like Bones and Suicide Boys, of like the clothing that like they wore, and like I really do not like a lot of clothing like that's out, so I just make my own clothing.
How did you choose the name Novice?
So like this is like really nerdy, but like it's like back in the day, like I'll say like 5 years ago, I used to play like a lot of video games. So like there's this community that would like trick shot like Call of Duty. So like had like their like like assigned name, like that's like a persona, I guess, and mine was like just Novice. So like I would just like go by that like online. It was like something easy to go by, so like people like obviously didn't know like who you were as a person. So like I always like that name. Like I think I got it from like the back of like a shampoo bottle or something, like when I was in the shower, just being random, and ever since then like I just stuck to it.
What would you say the vision behind your clothing brand is?
So like it basically changes with like how like my mood is, really, because like since I'm the person that does it, like I would say, so in like September was like my first release that like went on. I was like very big into like gun art and like how stuff like went. So I'll say 2 out of the 3 t-shirts like in that collection were gun related. There is like one big theme, and it's kind of just like almost not grunge, it's like vulgar, like just clothing to just like basically piss old people off, really. Like
Yeah.
just anything I can do to like piss people off, like it's like what I want to rock with.
What are your thoughts on today's youth in fashion?
So it's a very hard question because I have like mixed feelings about it, but I would say I definitely like how like a lot of creators are like coming out of like the water and like getting together. I do feel like a lot of people are trying to be like who like they're not, and like trying to put on like a fake persona because they like think it's cool, or like they think it's in to like be a certain way, to like be like grungy or be like super 90s, and like just, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are just trying to do like what's cool and like not what they actually like, and that's like what I have a problem with. But I do like all of like the styles and inspirations like that have been coming out, but in all, I think today's youth in fashion is really good because it's giving people like an outlet to like express themselves, so like that like they didn't have like an outlet to before, like that our parents had. So yeah, I'll go with that.
What do you hope for people to take away from Novice?
That basically you just make like whatever you want, when you want, how you want. Just kind of just like fuck everybody else and just do like what you want to do, like no matter what, even if it's like not the preferred way or like the way that like other people around you want to do it. Just do what you feel like, because at the end of the day, like it's your decision, like whatever you make, like it's your art.
Do you feel pressure to constantly create?
I would say yeah, because there's like thousands of like other clothing brands that are like trying to make it at the same time. So like I would say like I do feel pressured to like constantly put out like content, but no one's really pressuring me except like myself. But like it's either like you give it your all and you try to put as much as you can and like get your name out as fast as possible before someone else takes your spot, or you kind of just lose your spot. So I kind of, yeah.
How has your life changed since starting Novice?
Well, I used to be like a really like low key kid like at high school. Like I mean, like I have like a mini friend group, but like I didn't like really have like too many friends. Like I've never like been like a person like who's like had like a lot of friends, or like a lot of people around me. And like ever since like Novice started like 4 months ago, like a lot of people like have you like hit me up to model, or like you know, rappers like will like hit me up to like fucking wear shit like at shows and stuff like that. And basically ever since like Novice started, I became like more of like a popular person, because like, but I always make sure to always like stay like to myself, and like not like really have like a lot of people around me because I'm like naturally just like a very like close-knitted person. Like I don't like too many people around me because not that like I get paranoid, but just kind of like how I explained earlier of how like a lot of people like are kind of like fake and like act a weird way now. I don't like want like the energy like around me. So
Where do you plan on taking Novice? Like keeping it local or make it big?
definitely eventually, like I'm pretty sure like that's like everybody's plan is to like have it big, but definitely for like this year and probably 2019 to like mostly just try to focus on like Arizona and like California and like just kind of just keep like as local as possible and like just have it so we're like people, we're not exclusive, but like you kind of like just gotta like know like the culture to like kind of like know like my clothing. Like I don't like want like everybody in the world to like know about it because I kind of want to still keep to like my like preferred audience. Like I don't like want like some basic ass kid like fucking wearing my shit. Like I kind of like just want to like keep it like low key, but like have still have like a lot of people like buying like my stuff.
Yeah. Do you feel that your brands or designs are misunderstood?
I feel like it's kind of hard to like almost misunderstand like my clothing because like I try to like make it like as much as like in your face as possible. Like I kind of like have like the message or like the picture like pretty vulgar on purpose. It's like where like it's almost kind of harder to misunderstand unless you're trying to. I mean like with like the family business one, I mean like it's a whole family holding guns. With like the For the Kids one, it's a kid holding a gun. It's almost like a like ironic kind of thing where it's like a like where like it says like For the Kids with the kids holding a gun. I just try to like make everything as like straightforward and like to the point as possible, so like people don't try to like make like some like fake deep meaning out of like my clothing. Like it's kind of just like it is what it is.
Do you think there's any competition?
In Arizona, like two or three brands like only like Past Life, Pink Saturn comes to mind. Except for that, like all the other like Arizona brands are whack. Like I don't fuck with any of them. Like they're all like trying to do like something weird. Or, like they like have huge egos that like they're just like really fake. You just think like that they're like taking over the scene when like they really haven't done shit in like a couple of years. Like I've been around for like 4 months and like kind of like made like a following already. So, but definitely like of course like, there's like a competition between like everybody. Like you know like at like pretty much every clothing brand since there's thousands of them out there. And like later there's gonna be competition like bigger brands like hope like at least like I hope there is. But as of right now, I feel like I'm one of like the only like 3 or 4 brands that are actually like doing something in Arizona or like trying to.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
I mean I do have like a couple social medias and the Twitter for Novice is just at Novice Supply. And my personal Twitter is at KrisTheNovice, KRIS, the Novice. I do have a collab coming out on the 26th of January with Very Near Death, and I also forgot to shout them out on like one of their brands like that as competition. Yeah, but except for that, I mean like just follow me for updates on the brand or anything. I'm probably gonna do like a giveaway soon, just like for the fuck of it. But yeah, that's about it.
Alright, thank you. That was QNDP interviewing Novice. Keep the change.